Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Sir Ghazali. My name is Muhammad AIMAN bin Ahmad Nazaruddin and my matrix number is 2200012. I took Bachelor of Medicine at National Defence University of Malaysia and I'm from class 1 PK2 of ALGHAZALI. Nowadays, more and more people are joining the anti-vaccine movement as the usage of vaccine is more widespread and frequent around the globe. Since we are having a worldwide conflict which is the new coronavirus variant known as COVID-19. Every effect has a cause. So today, I am going to talk about causes of anti-vaccine movement in Malaysia. The main cause of anti-vaccine movement in Malaysia is due to lack of education. This can also be divided into smaller parts, which is mistrust of science, spreading fake news throughout social media, being skeptical, believing in homeopathy, and having common misconception. So, without further ado, let's get straight to the point. Basic but very useful knowledge like how vaccine works is so important to the community since the vaccine comes in handy, especially during times where epidemic and pandemic is quite common in this century. People should also note the after effects of vaccine like fever and muscle numbness so that they won't freak out after they took the jab. It is also important to know how the vaccine functions in our body in a micro scale. And in case if you didn't know, allow me to explain it. So as we all know, vaccine in general contains a weakened or dead virus. When it is injected in our body, our ribosome will synthesize a specific type of protein that is identical to the antigen of a specific virus, which in this case, the COVID-19. And then, our immune system will produce a lot of antibodies that can fight the virus, and when the virus actually infected us, the antibodies will neutralize the virus and our white blood cell will kill them. That is how vaccine and our immune system interacts. Spreading fake news about vaccine throughout social media has been occurring quite often than usual after the vaccine for COVID-19 was first introduced. We often hear the uncles and aunties says that the vaccine contains a tracking device or microchip, vaccine can cause autism and Barren, and vaccine contains non-halal material. All these myths are often spreaded actively across Facebook and WhatsApp, and we can clearly see the bad effects of it, especially to those who is uneducated, and the fact that this comes from an unknown background is ridiculous. It is funny to think that there are people that will believe some random people rather than the doctors. This leads to my next point, which is being skeptical. After all that fake news being spread like a wildfire, people without proper foundation of knowledge about vaccine or those who is too lazy to do a proper research would fall for the trap. Then they will have doubt on taking vaccine and they are going to come up with various conspiracy theories and think that the government are trying to control us by implanting microchip in our body. This has affected those who stays in the village area and the elderly the most, where the elderly is one of the group of people who is the most vulnerable to death when being infected by the virus. Yes, it is true that vaccine can cause blood clot and death, but the chance for that to occur are extremely low. In case of AstraZeneca, there are only 168 blood clot cases after more than 21 million has received the jab around the world, and that is nowhere near 0.001%. Meanwhile, on the other hand, there are a total of 3,096 deaths in 595,000 cases in Malaysia, and that is approximately 0.005%. If we compare the statistic, there is a very high chance for you to die of COVID-19 than getting vaccinated. Some people believe that they should not get vaccinated because they believe in homeopathy, and that is not true. People who live in the village or the elderly are the major contributor of this group of people. They believe that clove, lemon water, warm water, and rinsing our mouth with salt water 3 times a day will prevent us from getting COVID-19. And this is a ridiculous belief. A person with good base of knowledge will know that this is fake the moment they hear something like this, because all of the saying comes from people with no proper background. So there are some people that misbelieve the vaccine, saying that those who is already positive in COVID-19 can choose not to be vaccinated because they will get COVID-19 again. This is wrong. There are cases where an individual has been infected by COVID-19 even after recovering from it. And this is why you should get vaccinated, because it can strengthen your immune system towards the virus. So that is all about the causes of anti-vaccine movement in Malaysia. We should really consider taking the vaccine if we really love our families and friends. If we don't want to do it for ourselves, do it for our family. Do it for the person we love the most. Think about them. I cannot do anything other than giving advice and educate the community. And that is all I can do within my power. Please get vaccinated. Thank you.